Hey guys, Fam here, and welcome back to another reaction video. Now, two German idiots. Make sure I said that right. I always keep on messing up the names. Two idiot Germans. So yeah, we're back on this. This video is called PROXY the SeverBlight story. I'm guessing this is another story how the Blight went to another server and caused more chaos. Now, if you haven't seen me reacted to the Blight, I titled it, What's Going On in This Server? So go check that out if you want. And I know I've been messing up on my videos, like even you, if you all didn't even notice. Sometimes I mess up the video whenever I switch camera, because OBS is still kind of different for me, because my camera has been acting strange. Like, it won't record properly. I tried everything. I literally did. Now, but anyways, last I remember on the Blight, one of the guys that was playing Soldier and the other was playing Medic. The Medic got infected, becoming the Blight, and Soldier had to kill himself to survive, to not get corrupted by the Blight. I don't know the players' names, nor remember them, so I'm just gonna call them by their class. But anyways, I ain't got much to say. But instead, let's get right into the video. Because when I saw the thumbnail, it looks like that the Doom Man was about to join the Blight. But you'll see. So anyways, let's react. Okay, let's turn on the caps. Actually, no.
I don't really know how to start this. I've never really done anything like this, but I just need this off my chest.
Okay.
At the very least, I'll be able to refer back to this post if things get even worse. I've been rooming with a good friend of mine for over a year now. I met Mark online. We were playing Team Fortress 2. It's an old class shooter of a pretty big fan base. This game had a very communal feeling. Made you feel like you were really a part of something, you know? I heard it kinda went downhill in the last couple of years, but I haven't played it in a while. Mark and I pretty much became best friends on there. We both had the same shitty sense of humor, we liked the same YouTubers, and we both hated pyro players. Plus, I'm pretty sure neither of us had many friends in real life. He was basically my best and only friend for a couple years.
As for me personally, I just hate the spy characters because they always come out of complete nowhere and just surprise you. Hate those type of class.
We both grew up and met new people. We always stayed in contact via Steam. So when we both realized we'd be studying in the same area, we decided to room together. And that's where I've been living since like 2023. I promise it's all relevant to what's been happening. So a few weeks ago I came home to the apartment after a pretty late shift at my job. Between all the fees and my half of the rent, I kinda need to take what I could get. It was a shitty, rainy night and I just wanted some peace and quiet. I found Mark in his room playing TF2. I hadn't touched a game in forever, but it was still his favorite game to play, and I had no idea how he found the time. I gave him a half-assed "how was your day" and hunkered down on my own PC so I could get one of my assignments done before hitting the hay. Now about 5 minutes later I suddenly got a notification on my screen.
Hey,
Mark was messaging me on Steam.
this game sucks ass.
Now frankly I was bored as shit and about ready to throw being productive out the window entirely, so I shot him a text back. I know, that's why you play it. We may be roommates, but I'd like to think sending Steam DMs to your friend who's 2 rooms over is normal for our generation.
Can't play this alone. Hop on with me.
Now, I would have been down for a game anytime. I was going to be busy the next morning, and we'd be spending hours in game at least. I lacked the willpower to quit playing, and Mark sure as well wasn't going to stop me. I couldn't get carried away. Can't. Gotta study.
Coward.
I thought about going on Do Not Disturb, but decided against it. You can guess how that went.
Your teammates are boring as fuck.
Just join another game.
But I like this map.
Then look for a game running it. Suffice to say,
Which map?
I got carried away.
Just let me in this round first.
Go get him, Tiger. I tabbed back into my assignment.
Yeah, you can always choose a type of map where you want to go. Just check mark it and just go to a different server, whoever's playing it. Honestly, what is y'all favorite maps? Those who actually play Team Fortress. Because me personally, I feel like I like the 2 forts and the Scottish place. What's it called? The Groot? I can't remember. It's been a while since I've played Team Fortress myself. Because I normally just go on there and just play man versus machine. Even my friends still playing it to this day.
Simon, ready to ignore Mark if I
Ever
had
since I
to.
gave him my hand-me-down.
We've had this exact same situation enough times already.
WTF?
I ignored him.
This game is so dead, man.
I ignored him.
There's a bunch of guys in Red's face.
I ignored him.
They aren't even fighting.
I ignored him.
I killed him, lol.
I was going to keep ignoring the DMs, but I caved when I saw him send me a screenshot as well. I showed a taunting Mark standing on a pile of exploded enemies. He was playing his main, Soldier, who was making an L on his forehead. I was staring at the image for a long time before I noticed it. Who's that scout?
What?
In the background. It took him a while to respond. I was about to get back to my assignment when I saw him typing.
Oh yeah, lol. Oh, he's just staring at me, wait.
It took him a bit to respond again. I didn't think about tapping out this time.
He ran away when I walked up to him.
You gotta kill him, man.
Yeah.
With that, I figured I could finally get my work done and go to sleep. I didn't think there was anything wrong. Who would? All of that was perfectly normal for TF2 as far as I remembered. I decided I'd join Mark on the game when we were both free for the next weekend. I'll be on in a minute.
You promise?
I let him wait while I honed to finally finish my assignment. I was almost done for the night when I saw his username pop up again.
I killed the scout.
I barely registered his constant updates as I typed.
No one's responding to my messages anymore.
I ignored him again.
I can't look away from my screen.
I ignored him.
They're all staring at me.
Only after I did a double take did I bother to tab back into my Steam client again. I had to process what he was saying as I reread the message a couple times.
All of
I had
them.
no clue what he was trying to tell me. Mark had never acted this way before. You okay, man? I waited a solid minute or two, but no more messages came in. It was tripping me up so bad I needed a moment just to remember that we were literally in the same apartment. Just 2 rooms apart. I was a little nervous to go over and check on him. I think I expected him to be joking, and to laugh at me when I actually bothered to come over. But the way he was talking had genuinely unnerved me. The rain was coming down pretty hard when I crossed our living room to knock on his door. Roommate etiquette, of course. Hey, Mark, you all good in there? I gave him a moment, but there wasn't any response. I wasn't going to intrude on him like that. Maybe he was focused on the game with headphones on. I was this close to leaving him be when, just to make sure, I put my ear onto the wooden door and held my breath, listening for movement. But Mark wasn't moving. He was gasping and choking, weakly, quietly struggling for air. I didn't know what was going on, or whether...
Sorry, I had to sneeze. But anyways. So, he's just sitting there, just gasping for air, and he's having trouble breathing. It looks like that kind of answered my question. What if the Blight not only just kills your character and also corrupted your account, it can also kill you in real life? I even mentioned that in the last game. Last video. And yet I question, if you die in the game, will you die in real life?
not to call an ambulance as soon as possible. Instead, I tried the door handle. It was unlocked. I barged in immediately. Mark was at his desk, sitting straight with his hands on his keyboard and mouse. All the while, his body was spasming violently. It's what I would imagine a death on the electric chair would look like. I still feel nauseous thinking back on it, because he wasn't screaming. He was just gagging quietly while his body convulsed. I ran up to him. For whatever reason, I held his shoulders, trying to steady him. I had no clue what was happening, or what I was supposed to do to help him. Looking down, I saw everything from his shirt to his keyboard was speckled with blood. I thought he'd somehow cut himself, but no, it was choking him. He was choking on his own blood. It kept coming as he writhed in what I presumed to be immense pain. I think he was crying. I was panicking, yelling at him to talk to me. He wouldn't budge when I tried to move him. When I lifted his head to look at me, it just fell back limply. The blood he was coughing up splattered across my face and made me take a step back. I held back the urge to vomit when I looked back at Mark. He was looking up at me. I could see his eyes now. They had clouded over, like awful cataracts, gushing tears while he tried to speak through all the blood. Seeing his hands still locked up, clutching at his computer, I went to grab his wrist, but they wouldn't move. They just wouldn't move. It was like Mark was trying to keep his hands in place, and I couldn't overpower him no matter how I tried. I could have sworn, when I touched his hands, there was a voice whispering behind me. I looked back at him just as he managed to choke out a single sentence, spewing more fresh blood across us both. He gasped one more time. and then his body went limp, his milky eyes staring into the empty space behind me. I immediately went to grab my phone, but something caught my eye. This whole time, I hadn't once looked at his computer screen. I was so distracted with helping Mark. I expected to see the game he'd been playing all night, or the Steam DMs he'd be sending me, but instead I saw a pale pair of eyes, maniacally wide open and pressed up against the screen, almost seeming to stare at Mark's unmoving body. My mind was playing catch-up for a second or two. I didn't move, and I was holding my breath, trying to make sense of it. I only broke out of my trance when the eyes seemed to shift. And look at me. I sped out of the room and dialed 911. By the time I entered that room again, Mark's PC was dead. The ambulance came in pretty quickly. I couldn't help them much. I didn't know what happened to Mark. I didn't know about his medical history, and I was still frantically scrubbing his blood off my clothes. I got in contact with his parents and tried to calm down. I took the day off after that. I had to know what happened to him. Mark's parents were already at the hospital. They told me he dipped into a coma. Something about pre-existing conditions? I really don't remember. It didn't look like he'd be waking up anytime soon. I tried to tell him what I saw that night. I tried to explain what had happened, but what was I supposed to say? That his computer tried to kill him? It's so fucking stupid! So I left. I think they blame me for what happened. Didn't they have a point? I could have acted faster. Called for help immediately instead of wasting time. I tried to put it behind me, really.
That's true.
My parents shouldered Mark's half of the rent so I could find it.
I mean, yeah, you can't get distracted on something that you usually never seen before. Seeing that on the screen would be hard to explain, since it would not make no sense at all. If he just, I mean, what are you supposed to tell the parents? I'm like, well, he was just playing his game, and then all of a sudden he just started spewing out the blood. And his pair of eyes was just looking at him. And then he just looked at me, waiting for me to also convulse, to end up like Mark.
New place. I focused on college. I worked overtime. I tried to go back to normal. That's what you're supposed to do, right? I was the crazy one, right? I had a bad experience. I was seeing shit. I really tried to get back to normal. I am moving out this week. I found a cheaper, shittier place in another part of the city. I'm doing fine with college. I'm making enough money to cover the new rent. I was dealing with it well enough. I was never going to write about any of this. A couple of days ago, I had some free time. I was thinking about what happened with Mark, so I decided to play some TF2 again. For his sake. The game looked different from what I remembered. It had been a while. I hopped into a match and just messed around for a bit. The map was Nucleus, and honestly I had a good time. I got to blow people up, get backstabbed, fall into the hole in the center of the map. It was like I remember it being back in the day. It felt natural to keep playing. That was until I saw a familiar red soldier looking at me from around a corner. He had Mark's exact loadout, and he was standing perfectly still, staring at me.
Real quick, I remember the first time I played TF2 was back in me and my friend J-Train was playing TF2 in the library after school. Man, that was fun times. Really need to get back on that game, honestly.
Checked the scoreboard and found Sigismund 0. Mark's Steam username. The game had suddenly gone dead silent. It was like I was seeing a ghost. I knew the real Mark was unconscious in a hospital bed, so who was this? The player in front of me somehow reached out his hand, as if he wanted me to take it, and I swear, I saw him smile at me. A notification popped up in the corner of my screen.
You normally don't see that.
Promise?
It was a Steam DM from Mark's account.
You promise?
I tried to blink, but I couldn't close my eyes.
Promise.
I tried to pull my hands off my keyboard and mouse, but it felt like something was holding my wrists in place, forcing me to keep playing. My whole body felt paralyzed, locked into place. Instead of letting go, my in-game character walked back. I dropped into that hole in the center of the map. There was a painful crunch that I felt in the back of my neck as my character died. I felt the grip on my body release for just a second, and I immediately left the server, closed the game, and shut down my computer.
That was lucky.
I haven't told anyone about this. What the f*** am I supposed to say? Someone's impersonating my dead friend in a video game? It's not just that. Every time I open Steam, I get flooded with these messages. Things Mark said to me before, constantly on loop. I think it's trying to get me to play the game again. I've had dreams about him. I hear Mark shouting, screaming for help, but I can't get to him. As someone is laughing the whole time. Sometimes when I'm alone, I see it in the corner of my eye. But when I look, there's nothing there. This is why I'm posting this. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't want any of this to happen, and no one is going to believe me. If you know anything about this, please reach out. I can hear someone whispering. The voice sounds like Mark, but the words don't belong to him.
Yep, that definitely answered my question. You die in the game, you die in real life. The Blight knows its way to kill the players. There's a hidden curse in the game. If the Blight sees you, you run, and you die in the game. So it won't kill you. He was lucky enough to accidentally fall into the hole. If he didn't fall in that hole, he would end up like Mark. He said he was in a coma. I don't think he'll be in the coma. He'll be in his grave. If the Blight would have gone to him, I don't remember his name, or I just didn't pay attention to it. But be glad he didn't end up like his friend. I can imagine like the Blight actually being a killer in the game, and all you have to do is try to kill it. Same as usual as your other killers, the other bosses like Saxon Hale, Christian Brule, Sniper, and Pain as Cupcake. I'm coming back to watch Soup Can. I've heard he made a new video. Can't wait to watch that one. Soup Can, if you're watching this, you better be cooking on this one. I just know you're cooking. I wonder what other things that will happen for other side characters on, well, side bosses on TF2. I'm actually hyped for it. I just got a question. I gotta ask though, would y'all face the Blight if it was a boss character on TF2? Because I would. As long as it's not cursed. I'm always down to face the new boss. I would like to go back and face Saxton Hale. Honestly, just watching this make me want to get back on TF2 and just play like old times. Because it's been a while since I actually faced other players besides just robots. And I am kind of rusty. But anyways, what will happen next if the Blight sees its next character? Who knows? We're going to have to see. I don't know. If y'all enjoyed this little reaction video, if you did, make sure you scare that like button, tap that notification bell, and make sure you share my videos, and make sure you subscribe to more of my horror content. If not, the Blight will come after you. So make sure you subscribe and be safe. But anyways, peace.